Well, the date is set for November something of 2025. So
Oh,
this is
great.
why people don't. I tell people it's not
Yeah.
so easy to sue someone. So
Yeah.
a year and a half from now, this will see the inside of a courtroom if it's not settled prior. But I truly don't think Rachel wants money, because if she wanted money, she would be on the damn show, season
Yeah.
11. She would have gone back. So that's where it's like, this may not be one of these cases that settles out of court, because I don't think, like, if Ariana said, "Yeah, I just made $1 million for Love Island. Here's 700,000. I ain't going to jail, or I'm not. Just leave me alone."
Yeah.
I don't think Rachel wants that.
I think she wants what she thinks is justice,
Yeah,
and
which is not good when you might have done something wrong, because then it's like you have nothing to lose.
yeah. And I mean, Rachel she got hit hard. Like Sandoval almost feels justified. Rachel, it feels like that's just you got cheated on once and you're taking it out on Rachel. Tom Sandoval was like, I don't know. I mean, people have varying degrees of how they feel about this, but I think time is showing us that Tom Sandoval was the villain and Rachel made bad choices.
I want Rachel back on Vanderpump Rules. I'm gonna
Me
go. I mean,
too.
I want to see that. That could be the season 12. That
Yes.
it could be the plan. I mean, they're so what happens to these reality stars? It's like, why do you care? It's same thing with Salt Lake. I don't know if you watch Salt Lake
Yeah,
with
I do
Monica
watch
Garcia.
Salt Lake.
So
Yeah.
why do we want Monica Garcia? I don't mean the producers, I mean the cast. If it were me, I would say our show was basically, I know from a source, a very reliable source, that they were told for season 4, this is it. If this, and they didn't know about reality Von Teese. But, and
Oh
I
yeah.
believe the same thing for Vanderpump, because I've heard that for years. The thing that Alex says is not really true, and that they told this to Sheena. Because I heard that they said to the cast, you better figure it out. Not really for season 11, but I heard it for season 10, and then this happened. But same thing with Salt Lake. I know that they said, this is it. Like, this is, and it's not, reality Von Teese is a real thing. But if it didn't happen, they were on their last leg. So
Yeah.
why? It's like cockiness. Like, the show is not that good. Now we have a season 5 without Monica. You better hope it's good. So to me, it's like, if you're Lala or Sheena, when you step back, I would have been like, I don't care about Rachel. Bring her on for season
Yeah.
11. She should have been there.
Yeah. Should have been there. There was so much happening that we talked about it on my episode, but like looking at how they like hedge their bets on the ending of season 11, being like, well, we could just call it here. But like they tried to do that with season 10, before we got the Scandival episode, they filmed that like Lisa, I love each and every one of you, and yada, like you could have hedged your bets and ended it on season 10. And they did the same on season 8 when Jax was like, my show. Like they do this, but goddamn, bring back Rachel for season 12. Bring in Joe as a main cast character. Let's really pour some gasoline on this thing and light a match.
Bring in Joan. You know what? Okay, so let's just say Rachel's probably not going to come back,
Sure.
because I mean, I know she doesn't want to be there. Throw a shitload of money at Stassi and just get her
Oh
on this show. I
God.
think anyone has, I understand she didn't want to be on the Valley. It's not really but you are friends with Lala. You're friends with Sheena. I know you don't want to be there. You can bring Bo. He can get some salary, and you can
Yeah.
get the ridiculous. That would be the alternative to me, is bring in Stassi. You know how to fix the show. There you go. Let's go. Let's cameras up.
You know what they should do? Back that, bank truck up to Stassi's house, of course. Bring our boy Peter back in for a little bit and actually say, for this final season of Vanderpump Rules, you all have to work at Sir. And it is an actual, like, we haven't worked here in years. We're going back in, and it's more of like a kitchen nightmares Vanderpump Rules than it is anything else.
I mean, that's not, I mean, I would watch that.
So would I. I think like just bring it back to basics, and it'll be a little tongue in cheek, a little silly, but nothing any more than it was the first seasons when they worked there.
Because the two things that don't work are Ariana and Tom not speaking is not going to work. And
No,
Ariana leaving on her own and then hiring two newbies, that's not going to be such a great season,
no.
people.
You know, they should get back Laura Lee.
Oh, I love. Do you know that when I started this podcast, I had names bigger than Laura Lee. I tried. My team tried. There was a time when I wanted Laura Lee on this podcast so bad, and
Same.
we never got her. She never. And I'm like,
I
but wait, I've had Lala, I've had Stas. Like I don't know.
I
She
signed up
just
for IMDb Pro so that I could get our agent's contact information. They finally, after 3 emails, emailed me back and said, "We we love it. We she'd be happy to come on the podcast, but unfortunately, it sounds like it's going to be Vanderpump Rules related, and that is just off the table for her." And I was like, "I
right.
get it, but I really wanted her to tell her story."
Did you watch that? Was it the client list with Jennifer Love Hewitt? Do you know this story?
Oh
She was in it
no,
as like an
I remember
actress.
that. Yeah, and she had done that, and like, well, she left for Meet We're the Millers, I believe, too, which
Oh,
was the one
that's
where she starred across Jennifer Aniston in the scene, which
oh,
I
well,
have
that's
theories on
pretty.
that too.
You
Yeah, I
do?
mean, well, yeah, my theory is that she was gonna be the Emma Roberts role, and that's why she was like, I've got like a leading role, I'm leaving this show. And then they probably got Emma Roberts and she got moved to a different, or she was told one thing and it ended up being another.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
in the client list, she had it was a weekly show. Like there was
That's
this
what I hear.
massage parlor and it was Jennifer Love Hewitt. It was a good, I think it was Lifetime. It was a good show.
Damn, I
You
gotta
were
check
saying?
that out.
Yeah,
That'll
you
be
did.
great. That'll be some Patreon content, I think, for
It
me.
was like a massage parlor and are they giving happy endings? And it was a
Oh,
whole, it was a good show.
that's awesome. Oh, I could talk about Laura Lee for hours though.
As we wrap up, just one question. Do you watch Summer House? Are you a Summer House
Oh
fan?
yeah, I'm a summer house boy.
What do you feel? How do you feel about now? Cameras are up. I'm out in the Hamptons. Like they're filming. Lindsay's pregnant in the house. We're not going to
I
see this guy on, as we shouldn't. Good for you, Lindsay. Don't
Yeah,
bring him on the show.
no, don't. And don't go on the show either, Lindsay. You're done. It's fine. But I do need her there for the drama. I need her to get activated, but in a restrained way because she's now a mother. I am looking forward to it. I am not surprised that Danielle's not going to be on. It feels like that's been meaning to happen for a few seasons now. She's pretty much been a friend of for a while.
Yeah.
I have to think that like after the most recent Winter House season and the past couple Summer House seasons, that maybe Danielle wasn't the easiest to work with within the cast themselves or production. So I see that happening. I'm excited for this new season. I didn't like West as much as everyone seemed to like
I
West, even
I'm
leading up to
okay
the yeah,
without.
like yeah, not too worried about that. I need Summer House though to like do the thing that we're talking about with Vanderpump and like bring back some of the people from the especially seasons 1 and 2. If you get the Workers twins back on this show, that would do wild numbers.
You know, it's probably not coming back to Summer House.
Who?
Hannah Burner.
Oh yeah, well
Talk
Hannah's got her.
about someone. Yeah, she's having a moment. I
Yeah,
mean, if I first of all, no shade to her, but getting
no,
your own Netflix special is really hard. And then the other day, yesterday going through Instagram, and I'm like, I thought it was from the special. No, it's from Fallon. She was actually on Fallon. It
yeah.
was Fallon or Kimmel. It was one of those, and I'm like, Hannah's having a moment.
I was scrolling TikTok and it felt like every 4 videos Hannah was popping up the other day. And that's around the special recently came out, and so that's all targeted marketing. I get that, but she is having a moment. I'd love to have her back on the show. I know Kyle hates her for one reason or another, but
The
Kyle
lover
ain't
boy. She says
yeah,
she was fired because she did that drink for
the
whoever.
Truly or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like Kyle ain't no prize pig. Like he ain't carrying this show. I don't know who thinks he is, but I mean, I'm ready for it. I just recently started watching Southern Hospitality from the beginning, and that has been a journey. Bring Grace Lilly to Summer House.
Or
Let's
Joe
find out.
Bradley.
Or Joe Bradley, at least for a weekend. Come on.
I have to dive deeper into Southern hospitality. I haven't really.
Oh, well, I'll invite you on. I'm covering all the episodes. You can come join me on that.
I will come on and you will come back here. Tell everyone that has enjoyed this where they can find you. They can listen to me on your podcast. You talk Vanderpump Rules and other stuff.
Yeah, podcast is Vanderpump Robs, ROBS. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Tubi, I think, all the places. And then, much like you, I do bonus content, video content, and all of my episodes, even the public ones, are ad free if you go to patreon.com/Vanderpump Robs. You can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, all those places. And I love to connect with people. So I really appreciate you having me on the show, David.
Anytime you will come back. Thanks for taking your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Take care.
Bye
Bye.
bye.